Hi, this is Stephen Brower from Wright Valley Community College. This is for CIST 256, Computer Architecture and Assembly Language. And this is meant to be an overview for week 2. One, let me just go peek at the syllabus, the PDF file, and I'll do some talking from there. Okay, so week 2, the week of June 15th. And remember, if you peek at the work due column first, it's the S9 and 11 was from the prior week. The S3 and the I3 the new items. So Stallings chapter 3 and Irvine chapter 3 would be the first two things at the beginning of the week to look at. The Stallings chapter 3, one of the things that's in there is this hypothetical machine, and we go through the process of fetching instructions from memory and executing them. We'll see this hypothetical language, but it has their own mnemonics, and it has the underlying ones and zeros that the language represents. And the reason why we look at that is the assembly that we're going to be using. So with the statements that we're seeing, MOV, ADD, SUB, they translate directly into ones and zeros, the instruction set of the computer. Okay. The other thing that's covered in Stallings chapter 3 is the instruction cycle in greater detail. In other words, it's more than just fetch and execute, and it'll address that. The Irvine chapter 3, the assembly language fundamentals, that will go into really the elements of the language. It'll show the data types, the ones we're going to be using the most, the format that many of the commands have, and a little bit of also behind the scenes how that works. And so that's being addressed in chapter 3, where although a couple of my demos did some things like MOV really isn't introduced until chapter 4. So data transfer, that's listed here in chapter 4. It's the MOV, MOSX, MOZX, MOVSX, MOVZX, MOV. It focuses on loading or copying values from one place to another. We'll also get into some simple arithmetic, add and sub. We'll also see inc, dec, and neg for negate. One of the things I did where I did a jump ahead, the part 4 demo for Irvine chapter 3 really should have been for Irvine chapter 4. I jumped way too ahead. But one of the things we did there is I marched down an array. The demo for Irvine chapter 4 also marches down an array as well. And something that I did both for chapter 3 and chapter 4 is up in Canvas, the final demo file is loaded so that you can see the final result of what I had demoed. So the one thing I'm missing here is or I didn't get to yet, is the Stallings chapter 4 on cache. And so the chapter is going to take a look at how cache is used. It's a copy of portions of memory. And one of the things, it almost seems like we're going to beat to death, but we're going to look at in great detail, is the mapping algorithm that is being used. And part of the mapping algorithm is from the processor point of view, so it knows where to look in the cache to find a copy of memory. And we'll look at 3 different algorithms for that. So I think that concludes the overview for week 2. Okay.